Good morning from beautiful Brisbane, Australia. How are you today? It's Thursday already, 22nd of November. Oh my goodness, Christmas is just about a month away. So I think it's time we all organise what we're doing for Christmas. We haven't organised ourselves yet, but I'm sure we will. Hi Madison, wonderful to see you today. My name's Linda. I'm a trauma recovery coach and I love what I do. I come and share information with you so that you can take it to your therapist, you can sit down at home, you have options available to you in order to examine life from your heart centre and what's happening for you at a heart level, okay? Because that's how I got through to the point where I'm not being triggered constantly with anxiety. So today I want to talk to you about giving yourself permission to cry. Now, it's not the kind of crying where I'm so overwhelmed that I can't do anything but cry. It's the permission to cry when I'm feeling like I have to put on a mask, okay? It's when I feel like the pressure is so overwhelming inside of me. And identifying when it's layer upon layer upon layer that's built up and my heart is just so overwhelmed and the pressure is so deep inside of me, and yet I have to keep pretending to the outside world that I've got to go on, because I've got to keep working. I've got to keep being there for the family. I've got to keep being there for my friends. And then what can happen is we're there too much for too many people too often, and we've forgotten our own heart, okay? So one of the key indicators, so grab your journal and take notes of what stands out for you, what hits you in the heart today. So one of the things that can happen is in our family of origin, so whether we grew up adopted, whether we grew up in our blood family, whether we grew up in foster care, we call it our family of origin because they're the ones that will have given us all the messages about how we should be, how we should act, or, most of us come out of it going, I don't want to be like that. But still, we carry the messages within us, okay? So if you were to sit down and feel from your heart, what was the message that your family gave you around emotions? So one of the key times for me was when I came back from my favourite grandparents' house after school holidays, and I really missed them because they really were good for my heart. We always had fun, we had, we'd play cards en masse with lots of family. My nan would have us in there cooking our favourite foods, and it was just a really beautiful heart time for me. So when I came home, I'm crying, and because I miss them already, because it was so beautiful. And my mum said, if you don't stop crying, you'll never go there again. So that was the outward message that I got. But what I need to know is, what did that tell me about expressing emotions? So can you see the difference? It's not a logical, that's her telling me I can't express my emotions. What I need to know is what happened for me in my heart that says that now I'm an adult, the layer upon layer is so great that I need to know what's in my heart. Okay? I need to take away the layers one bit at a time. In order to do this, we need to slow down. We need to slow our thoughts down. We need to slow our day down, because one of the key indications that you're not slowing down is that when you get to bed at night, your mind is going around and around and around and around, and it doesn't stop. It's called looping. Okay? So you want to slow down so that you can feel your heart. We also want to be able to identify where we're putting my heart, others' hearts before my heart. So I'm considering others so often, 100% of the time, that I am not sitting down and considering my heart. Okay? Because if we do that, we'll begin to feel the pressure inside of us, and that pressure helps us go, right, I need change. It's our motivation to change, okay? We've got to use that pressure and say, right, if I don't address this pressure, then I'm not going to be able to be helpful to other people from my heart. It's all just going to be logical. And in order to affect change in ourselves and others, we want to work at a heart level, okay? We want to be able to do this because we want alternate solutions, okay? Now that means that we want to be able to sit in our heart space so that we can have creative solutions to whatever's happening in our life at this time. So if you're at work and anxiety is overwhelming, then you need to be able to go, right, I've got to slow down. I've got to understand that if I fall apart, then, which is what we don't want, then there will be other people who step in and have solutions. So rather than fall apart, how about I slow down, I breathe slowly, I slow my thoughts down, and I begin to feel what's really happening for me. I honour what's happening for me, and I honour the process. I explained this to a client recently that the earth, life, universe, God, there's no void, doesn't like a void. So if she steps back from the person in her life who takes up so much of her time, somebody else will step in. And she did that, and she watched how somebody else stepped in. And I said, that's what we need to do in order that we can bring the focus back to what we really need to be doing in our day-to-day life, is step back. The universe won't support a void, okay? Someone else will step in, much to your surprise. So I want to leave that with you. I want you to take some time to do some notes, do some journaling, feel what's happening in your heart. Madison, I hear you and I understand with the looping. One of the first things I had to do to stop the looping was practice breathing in for 5 seconds and out for 5 seconds, and teaching myself to feel that breath go through my body. And when I first started doing this, I could barely feel it going any deeper than my throat, okay? I couldn't feel it, even though it's obviously going through my body. I couldn't actually feel the breath going through my body. So I've had to practice letting breath into my body into deeper and deeper layers, okay? I know that you can do this, and if you take the time for you, you are so, so precious and important, that if you take the time for you to do this, even if it's 1 minute a day, each day, so grab your phone. We all have our phone on us these days. Set a time, an alarm, and every time that alarm goes off, 1 minute every day at the same time. And what it does is get your body used to slowing down at that time. So because your body and your brain is so amazing, like supercomputers, you actually build into yourself an awareness that at that time, right, I have to slow down and I have to breathe in and out for 5 seconds. So it's actually 6 breaths in and 6 breaths out, right? And I used to lie in bed and do this because it was the first thing I started to do to help me, 1, stop looping, but also 2, to help me relax enough off hypervigilance to go to sleep, okay? But when I practiced it at the same time every day, my body and brain got so used to it that it's like there's a reminder, oh, it's that time. But until we can build the reminder into us, it's good to have a timer set on our, alarm set on our phone. Okay, gorgeous girl. Thanks for joining in today. And if you're here for the replay, do a hashtag replay. It's wonderful to share time with you. And thank you all for joining in and for your comments. I love you all heaps. Have the most gorgeous evening or the most wonderful day. As you can tell, in the Southern Hemisphere, it's quite warm today. Blessings and dreams, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now.